So hello everyone, this is AetherNightmare and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Gonna be another chill session, but I do have a lot of beast quests that are done, so it might be within my best interest to get some of those unlocked so that I can start working on the next tiers. The mainline quests for them are ready, and we might do some more Crystal Tower stuff today as well. Like I said, I haven't really had a whole lot of energy for streaming as of late, so some of the job quests I'll be doing offline, as well as other games going forward for a little while, just because streaming does take a lot out of me when you're not feeling too great. So I'll still try to make time for streaming when it comes to MSQ and raids and stuff, but for other games I kind of just need a little bit of a break. Not so much a break, because I'm still getting things done. Star Rail 1.0 is completely recorded, but when it comes to actually live streaming, I might do more focus for like Final Fantasy XIV and leave other things to their own devices, especially if the community is going to be just a whole big bag of hot coals. So anyway, let us look at our character set for reputation. The Amalja are ready to go, the Sylphs are ready to go, and the Ixal are ready to go. So I'm going to get started on at least one of these. Where am I? I think I'm in Lanasi, which means I need to travel to get to any of them. Yeah. Let's do the Amalja. Let's just go in order. Make it easy for my dum-dum brain. I am getting better, thankfully, but it's taking a long time to leave my system, so slow progress is slow. I think it's... Where's their camp? It's always further this way than I think it's going to be. I always think it's going to be more over there. An eye on the inside. Hamujga has a task for you that his Amalja soldiers cannot accomplish. Fortune is with us, honored ally. A Brotherhood scout has chanced upon a convocation of our hated foe, the Flame Fangs, and serendipitously learned of their insidious scheming. They plan to pull the strings of their tempered puppets and orchestrate another kidnapping raid. It is the intelligence provided by these tempered spies that affords the Flame Fangs such wealth of victims. This cannot be allowed to continue. We must gouge out their hidden eyes and blind them to the movements of their prey. You are no stranger to little Alamigo, I trust. Though it appears a haven for travelers and merchants, it is not but a rotting corpse riddled with flame-addled maggots. We are fortunate, then, that you may walk among them unchallenged. Go to little Alamigo, honored ally, and do that which our Amalja soldiers cannot. Root out the tempered, and make of it a haven in truth. Spies? In my Alamigo? More likely than you think. I'm assuming inside, maybe up top? No. Here we go. What is this? You claim little Alamigo has been infiltrated by tempered agents? I wish I could refute you, but I've had my suspicions. It explains how the Amalja are able to set such well-timed ambushes. With spies inside the settlement would be an easy feat to learn the schedules of visiting merchants and the like. Commander, sir, we've just received reports of Amalja kidnappers attacking a caravan of travelers. They're dragging their captives off to Zanrak as we speak. Again? Damn those blasted lizards, this is the 5th time this moon. Most of my troops are still recovering from the last engagement, Sergeant. I need you to assemble a squad and chase down the kidnappers. Take whoever can swing a blade. Care to lend a hand, adventurer? I've not but a few raw recruits for the mission, and your presence may make all the difference. Pray join my soldiers out in the field as soon as you can. When your quest is a fetch quest, but the fetch thing is for people. What the? Is that a UFO mount? That is so weird. What in the world? Who are, Gilsbert sent an adventurer to wipe our arses, did he? Well, you're too late. With these soldiers down, his entire unit is in tatters. All it took was the right word and the right ear, and away they scrambled. It was like leading lamb furbles to the slaughter. You're one of the newer recruits. You swore an oath to the immortal flames. An oath? My loyalty belongs to none but Lord Ifrit himself, and the Flame Fangs are generous to those who serve well. The immortal flames of the little amigo are now naught but the walking wounded. The Amalja will be able to raid with abandon. And the soldiers we've captured this day will make fine additions to the Lord of the Inferno's army. You're still here? You think to punish me? That's rich. Sir, my weapon is bigger than yours. I have allies lingering nearby, and very soon the main company of the Flame Fangs will be arriving to take possession of the spoils. If you lay a hand on me, you'll be making some very powerful enemies. I guess I'm laying a hand on him then. You can't be serious. Flame Fangs to me. Excuse me, but I am Top Lizard? Who are you? This wasn't supposed to happen. They were meant to detain you until the main company arrived. No, you stay away from me. I mean, that's one way to go quick. Bren, what in the seven hells is going on here? Butt whooping. You want to join? Our net has caught some rare fish indeed. The Brotherhood of Ash. They shamed the Amalja with their petulant refusal to submit to Lord Ifrit's cleansing fire. They are not but ghosts of fading pasts. So lacking in strength, they resort to counseling with the slave races. You're Zagota. And I know of you as well, Lunga. Such an intriguing costume you wear. Have you enlisted in the army of my people? Enough games. Enough games, Lizardmen. What have you done to the captives? I mean, they're kind of dead at our feet. Those that proved intractable were slaughtered. The Flame Fangs do not countenance the rebellion of cattle. The rest are already far beyond your reach, unless of course you intend to assault Zarak herself. You civilized people make such endearing squawks and squeals as your hot blood sizzles on the desert sands. Though years have passed, I yet remember your mother and her bleeding cries of mercy. I'll take you, you bastard. You had a clear shot! Why didn't you take it? I've never felt such heat. Is the extent of the resistance I am to face? Is this the vaunted strength and resolve of the Brotherhood? I wielded the unquenchable flames of Lord Ifrit himself, and you seek to extinguish them with a thimbleful of spit. Return to Hamujga and tell him this. This world has no use for spent ashes. He and his followers shall be scattered before the searing winds of Zanrak's glorious ascension. Girl, you okay? It was like one fireball. I'm done for. Please make the report to Commander Gilsbert. bad that the entire time I'm standing there like, I can take him. I play warrior. It's fine. Just let me do the thing. Gods, Bren, I can scarce believe it. A tempered spy within our own ranks. My men, killed or taken, the lizard men wanted more than merchants. They were after the immortal flames from the very beginning, and I all but bloody served them up on a silver platter. I beg of you, adventurer, save the soldiers that are yet to live from a fate worse than death. Meanwhile, I'll see what I can do to savage the tatters of my command. You guys are treating it like it's the first time, and it definitely isn't in my experience. I feel like every time I come here, you guys are like, oh my gosh, we got infiltrated by people tempered by Ifrit. How could this possibly happen? Every time, man. Every time. It's like a pattern at this point. I thank you for your report, honored ally. The Sagotas tell you encountered is the fetid maw that drives the Flame Fangs. His sole purpose is to bolster the numbers of Tempered. Each new fire-seated slave feeds into the inferno of their god's powers, and, in turn, flames of Ifrit altars bless the zealots of Zanrak with unholy strength. The miserable sparks of their ambition must be stamped out. Go, honored ally, and break the captives free of their cages. Slay the gobblers in their encampment to liberate the keys. Alright, let's try and free the ones that live, basically. I think. Do you has key? Thank you. One out of 4. I see. Alright, where's the other spots? Maybe up top. Last two must be within the same zone. Oh, wait, what? Where's the... Oh, never mind. There's one way over here. Didn't see that one. I'm like, I only have 3 keys. Why did it go away? I'm not done. There's also a raid in here. Shouldn't be too bad since I'm level 62. They should ignore me. Getting him out of the cage is easy. Having him sneak past all the guards, not so much. I didn't think I had made my peace with the gods. My thanks. This guy's just gonna pretend he didn't see anything for his own good. I lost my home to the Empire, and then my freedom to the Beastmen? The gods must truly despise me. You freed me? It was an immortal flame who captured me in the first place. I no longer know who to trust. I mean, if you want to stay in the cage, you can stay in the cage. I guess it's up to you. I was stretched out on my bedroll, gazing up at the stars, when some bugger bashed me in the noggin. Next thing I know, I'm waking up in a cage. Say, you happen to know the way to Little Alamigo? North, my dude. And then get as far away from that place as possible. It's bad news. I mean, if you always need proof of who you can trust, you can always ask him to slander the gods. It's this talent that none of the Tempered possess, I don't think. Being able to say, fuck Ifrit. You have dealt our foe a crippling blow, mighty ally. Our warrior's blood sings at the thought of confusion and devastation you must have brought to Zarak. Moonga, be still. What enrages you so? You know damn well what. This was the animal that savaged my mother. I'll tear out his heart and string him up by his entrails. Know yourself, young warrior. You are not yet ready to face the likes of Zagota. You will confront your enemy now. You will die a whimpering cur's death. What are you saying, war leader? Is it become I'm Hote? Will I forever be too weak to match Amalja's strength? Foolish child. I say only that you lack martial wisdom. You imagine slights where none exist. War leader, Nuga's kin must be avenged. I shall fight at her side. Let us rouse the Brotherhood and smash this flame-fanged snake once and for all. No, against their assembled ranks we will not but invite our own destruction, and our laws are clear. Lunga, this is a blood vendetta. None may aid you in this resolution. Only through the glory of victory shall the shame of your defeat be expunged. If you've the spirit to rail and curse, then use it to build your strength, for strength is all that will aid you now. Ah, sands take you all. It is said that the drake will drop its own offspring into a ravine to watch it claw its way up. So it is with the Amalja. Reputation has increased to friendly. Okay, now 3 different quests are available from here. I think there's still one more to go for this though. Yeah, because it goes friendly to trusted. So I have the big one to do. But then there's only one Amalja quest after that. Of course, since these are dailies, I can only do them so many at a time. Okay, Sylphs and Ixal are next, both of which are going to be in the Shroud. However... Sorry, I had a brain fart. Guess who got their books done? Well, I got them done. She didn't really invite a cutscene or anything. She just said that I need to take them to the Shroud. I can double check Mordona and then bump up to the Shroud, but I'm pretty sure I just need to go straight to the Shroud. They are up this way. Trials of Braves exchange. I've taken you ready to take advantage of my special offer. Which would you like to purchase? It appears we're completely out of books pertaining to that weapon. And small wonder, seeing as you're the one who cleaned us out. You have already completed the trials for the equipped relic weapon Atma. Make your way to Hristmill and present it to Jalzin. Okay. So I think I can take both there. Who should be, I'm assuming, up in here. Kind of wish these quests were marked just a little better. Jalzin? Celestial Radia, Relic Weapon Zenith Enhancement, Relic Weapon Atma Enhancement. Through my arts I shall permanently bind the souls you have gathered to your relic. Lend me the object you wish enhanced, and I shall she the deed done. Here's my shield. Where's the relic? Perchance you forgot to bring it? Oh, right. You must first complete the objectives in all 9 books of the Trials of the Brave. Please note that distinct sets of the text exist for each relic. Furthermore, please ensure the relic you wish to enhance is placed in your armory chest. Right. My... almost completely full chest. Okay, this has space. Right, I need to swap it off with something. Just for now. Yes, the relic fair pulsates with the power of souls. To have successfully brought it to the state, yours is an uncommon perseverance, adventurer. You have done your part, and now I shall do mine. This will take but a moment. Ah, it's done. The souls within lead a truly magnificent gleam. Take up your relic anew, my friend, and bask in the light of its majesty. Your relic weapon Atma has been reborn through the power of souls. The enemies you are required to defeat vary according to the relic. If you wish to enhance another relic weapon Atma, you must obtain books from the associated set of trials of the Braves and complete all objectives therein. Yeah, do it again. Taking it to the stars. Through my arts I shall permanently bind souls. Cortana, please. Yes, the relic fair pulsates with power of souls. Again. There we go. You must obtain the books from the Trial of Braves. How come I'm still locked out? Celestial Radiance, you must be equipped with the relic weapon Animus. Paladins must be equipped with both Cortana and Holy Shield. Okay. Does it look any different? Not really, but if I draw it out, I get really glowy. I think maybe the shield is different. I don't know if it used to have the horns. how do I... Oh, now he's suddenly up to the task again. But what about Bravura? Am I stuck doing it all the way with Paladin, or can I, like... Relic weapons? Oh, I'm not stuck all the way with Paladin, am I? Zenith enhancement. How fair is your efforts at procuring Atma? Once you have 12 pieces in your possession, bring them hither, and I shall secure a thing of your choosing. By participating in certain phase while equipped with a relic weapon Zenith, you may obtain Atma crystals. Once you've obtained 12 unique varieties of Atma, you must prevent him to Jaslyn to have a relic weapon Zenith enhanced. Paladins must possess both Cortana Zelic and Homely Zenith. This information can be reviewed in the completed journal for the quest Up in Arms. Do I have to start completely over, though? Because I have, like, a Zenith weapon. I was able to enhance the other one before. So I wonder if so long as I have Zenith equipped, if I'll be able to start obtaining crystals again. You have to go all the way to Zodiac Zeta. Finish the entire chain. For the level 50 relics, you can only buy replicas when you complete it all the way to Zeta and either have the relic in your possession or have turned it in for the Astral Umbral crystals. Base to Zenith to Atma. Right. Because I can start getting these again, but I'm not 100% sure. Sorry that I'm sort of reading stuff in the background. Yeah. I don't know if I technically have this quest active again. Fate in Outer Lanasi. Is there any here in the North Shroud? Lanasi. Middle Lanasi. Western Lanasi. It's like all the places or something. Lower Lanasi. Eastern Thinland. Which means let's go right to left. Like a manga. Central Shroud. Need a... one from a battle in the Central Shroud. Wait, it doesn't say what. Does it matter then? I'm so used to doing specific fates. Maybe it doesn't matter. If that's the case... I don't want to take his next quest until I can see if I can maybe... get this out of the way first. I just want to see if I can get one crystal. Because that alone will tell me I can start working back on my bravura again. I don't want to be a paladin. Because if I have to do the weapon 100% to completion, I'd rather get the quest started on stream so I can grind in my own time. Clear out a few fates. See if it drops. Because it doesn't say what. There's one in the Central Shroud. Atma of the Maiden. Atma of East Shroud. Goat. North Shroud, yeah. Atma of Archer. Crystallized Essence of the Fallen. One from a battle in the North Shroud. It just has one from a battle. From a fate. It doesn't say which freaking one. I don't remember if it's just random or not. It says one from a battle, so I'm assuming boss fates. Where? What's even the enemy here? Oh, the big tree! Oh, try not to hit the plasmoids. I don't even have access to my full range of hits. Oh, and the other trees can see me too. Crap. I don't want to go for them both because I'll ignite the plasmoids. And yes, that does mean I have to do another 9 books if I'm gonna switch over to Bravura. I wish I knew that before taking on the quest. I would have gone what I typically main, but I didn't know it was gonna lock me out. Got 29 seconds, man. Fuck it. Bring the ire of the sprites. Just take the damage. It's fine, I'm a tank, I can handle it. 9, 7, 6, 5. Can we switch my target, please? God, I need to get you out of my life. Goodbye. Go, 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 go. Shoo! Alright, that one didn't work. Shit. Right, I still got these. Tomes of Genesis. I haven't spent any. what's in this place. A lot of you are actually friendly. I don't worry too much about that. Not gonna have a whole lot of moves, though. Also won't have self-heals. It also doesn't state whether it needs to be a boss fate or not. The symbol in the wiki is actually just a regular fate. Take care of these. I remember doing this one before and not being able to, like, find the packages. I remember failing this one before because for the life of me I could not find the last package. I think I ended up killing just a lot of dudes and it ended up passing. Good. I has friend to help. Let's check over here. Says it's almost done. Any more packages? I don't see any. And special delivery, it's death. Yes, I can! There it is! Atom of the Archer, there we go. I can start over. Woot! Hi DJT. Recovery is slow, but we're getting there. So I'm doing a little bit of Final Fantasy XIV today. Getting that, that relic grind back on for Bravura, since I managed to get to the next set on the Cortana. I'm up to Animus now. And I didn't want to take the next quest because I wanted to get it up on Bravura. I'm not a paladin, I'm a warrior. Getting it on paladin was a mistake. These took forever, so starting over on a different weapon. Huzzah! We're also doing just some beast quests and maybe some Crystal Tower later too. But anyway, now that I've confirmed, whoops, wrong button, we can head back to the Ixal, because their quest is already. So I am still getting stuff recorded. Dragoon, for example, is almost done. Honkai Star Rail is fully recorded for 1.0. And I'm doing some Genshin Festival stuff in the background, but since it's been harder to sit down for 2+ hours to do a whole stream multiple times a week. I'm just pacing myself. But I still want to come by now and again. I do like streaming. I just have been very sick lately. Where is Alchemist? The boy from Gridania. Oh there! Construction of the airship proceeds apace. Our Beastman colleagues have agreed to implement several of my proposals. However, inadvertent it was, I must thank you for introducing me to this opportunity. That I should have the chance to combine such a revolutionary project, 'tis exactly the sort of thing I dreamed of, as I pored over countless tomes on aeronautic principle and design. There is, however, one small issue that has arisen to thwart us. In order to properly integrate my innovations, we require certain materials to build a custom engine joining the components, materials that are notoriously difficult to procure. I had hoped it would not come to this, but I must call upon the aid of an acquaintance of mine. Ren, would you be so kind as to deliver this letter to a gentleman by the name of Coulson? I'm certain that he will agree to prepare the materials, and keep the entire matter discreet. Now, Coulson is often out and about on company business, but speak with Haida at the airship ticket counter in Gridania, and she will point you towards his latest appointment. My apologies, I do not mean to treat you as a lackey, but I'd prefer to avoid the city for the time being. Where? Oh, right this way. I need to remember my way around. Where? Lower levels. Airship is kept in basement. Which always is weird to me. You'd think it'd be kept up top. Welcome to the airship landing. I'm sorry. Was there aught else I might be able to help you with? You wish to meet up with Advisor Coulson, deliver a letter from Tatamaru, you say. Surely you don't mean Master Tataramu. You've seen him? Is he hale and unhammered? You must make yourself directly to Quiver's Hold. Chan Stelub will wish to speak with you in person. You will find Advisor Coulson there as well, assisting with the investigation. Swiftly now, please. Investigation? That don't sound good. I sound like I'm gonna get arrested. I feel accused. To be fair, I am working with Ixel, so... Hope I have a good recovery. Thank you. Long story short, I ate a maliciously prepared potato, and it's been kicking my butt for ever since. Botulism poisoning is not fun. Do not recommend. I'm sorry, but I cannot assist you at this time. The God's Quiver is fully engaged with investigating a most important case. Every resource at our disposal has been allocated towards locating Chairman Tatabaru's missing son. Even now, the Chairman's chief aide, Advisor Coulson, awaits within the Quiver's Hold, no doubt eager to berate the first bow for our lack of progress. Coulson is the person you've come to see? Then I must ask you to mind your words. I can't have you antagonizing the esteemed representative of Highwind Skyways, can't read. Yes, I'm Coulson, but this is hardly the time for... Letter for me? Let's have at it then. Time is of the essence, you know, especially at my age. Great gods! This is signed by Master Tataramu. How did you come by this document? The young master is well? What's that you say? Ensconced in the company of Ixel? Then we've not a moment to lose. Should it cost me my life, I shall see him freed from their ravenous clutches. We'll need to form a rescue party. Yes, the finest God's Quiver marksmen. reinforced by a small army of Skyways retainers. Be brave, Master Tataramu. Those beastmen will soon rule the day that they dare lay talons on my young charge. Advisor, calm down! But Tataramu is fine. This no longer concerns you. We must immediately... Wait, what? You mean to say that Tataramu is safe? He's there of his own free will? Building airship with the Ixal. Wait. Perhaps we must needs begin afresh. As you are obviously aware, my name is Coulson, and I am the Chief Technical Advisor of High Wind Skyways, and aide to the Chairman Tatabaru. Pleased to make your acquaintance. What you may not have known is that the man who asked you to deliver this letter is the Chairman's only son, and the sole successor to the veritable airship empire. Some few days ago, Master Tataramu accompanied me here to Gridania as part of his continuing education on company practices. Much to my surprise and alarm, however, the young master suddenly disappeared from under my very nose. Well, I was naturally beset by all manner of horrible imaginings. With no ransom demand or other clue to his whereabouts, I had no choice but to ask the gods quiver with turning the entire city upside down. Suffice it to say, your news has lifted a terrible weight from my old shoulders. I now know I would have faced the boy's father had events unfolded otherwise. And yet, the contents of this letter still manage to vex me. Dear Coulson, enclosed is a list of materials I would have you prepare for my companion. I require them for a most exciting project. Fond regards, Tataramu. Not one word of apology or even the slightest hint of contrition. My lectures on privilege and responsibility of position appear to have fallen on deaf ears. And as for this list, I'm assuming there are materials for some manner of high-quality joining component? Treated rubber gaskets to prevent ceruleum leakage, yes? I'm solely tempered to refuse this impertinent request, considering the trouble the young master has caused, but I'm also intrigued. Here, take the promissory note and hand it over to the supervisor of the Fallguard Float crafting facility. She will provide you with everything you require to craft Tataramu's component. Though I yet harbor some concerns, I will trust that Master Tataramu is content to work alongside these Ixal for now. I assure you it's a bizarre arrangement, but nonetheless, he seems content. We're attempting to make a great blimp to pierce the heavens, which, honestly, now that I think about it, almost all airships in this universe so far have been blimps. Hello again, adventurer. Come now, I can hardly hear you. I said hello again. It's gotta shout over the rain. Oh my, this note is the real seal of High Wind Skyways. Though I suppose it only stands to reason, there are a few other organizations that could afford the items you're requesting. Here you are then. Everything is in order for you to begin crafting. Oh, you want me to make it? Synthesize engine joining component. Wait. It's gonna be... No. No. Tribal quest. There we go. Casting. Engine joining. There we go. What? Current class is not set to culinarian. Oh, why the hell? Try that again. Derp. Okay, there we go, all crafted. Since I guess you can choose whatever class when you start the Ixal quest that you want to. Just in case you've only leveled up one. Where am I going? This way. Though it's kind of funny to think about if you're doing it as culinarian. Hey there, I've baked you up some hot, tasty gears. Friend, you were gone so long, I was beginning to worry. Were you able to deliver the letter to Coulson? Most Final Fantasy ships are blimps. Are they, though? Most seem like, ships with, like, helicopter propellers.
Yes, this is exactly what I had in mind. Joining components like this one are most impossible to obtain without the clout of a company like Highwind Skyways behind you.
Yeah, because in 1, 2, 3, 4... don't remember what they look like, 5. 8. 9's was blimps. 10 was weird. 10 wasn't the whole boat with a propeller thing. 10 was like motorcycle aesthetic. 12 is more Star Wars. 13 is more Star Wars, but like most classic ones. 9 was blimps. I'm trying to think if anything else was blimps.
But with your expertly crafted component now in hand, we should have no trouble integrating the improved engine housing to the Dezu Qualon. I can already feel the bracing chill of the wind on my face, hear the cries of the birds, see the folks below rushing about like tiny... pray excuse my little flights of fancy, terrible habit of mine. So, Bren, I suppose you've heard from old Colson who I really am, then.
Could have sworn 4 was a blimp. There might have been a blimp one later. I haven't finished 4, I've only seen the airships at the very beginning where you start, and I remember those had helicopter swirlies.
Yes, 'tis true, my father is the chairman of Highwind Skyways, the expensive airship service that links the great cities of Eorzea. Destined as I am to one day take the company's helm, people everywhere seem to curry my favor as they would some merchant prince. A pity that my royal status does not excuse me from an unrelenting procession of dreary lessons at home. I am forced to study mercantile practices, business strategies, and all that I might maximize the profits of airship travel. But I have not the slightest interest in making coin. I've had enough of ledgers and lectures. Thus was I so reluctant to leave this little sanctuary. I want to design airships, not to manage a fleet of them. I want to be valued not for my station or my purse, but for the skills I have labored to acquire. Mayhaps you heard naught but the whining of a spoiled child. Yet I swear to you, I would renounce my inheritance in a twinkling if I could. Oh, for the wings of a wondrous airship to carry me further, faster, and higher than ever before. That is my dream. That, and naught else. Wait until you hear about outer space, my dude. Well said. Well, that was. And mean nothing to us. Tataramu's wealth does. Better off smelting down coins and making nails, Sezu thinks. Ah, thank you, Sezel. Seize this passion and let it sustain you, you must. Construction of Dezel Kualan will take all that Tataramu has and more. Chosen an easy path, Tataramu has not. Not easy, but always fair master crafting is. Great reward for great effort. Launch our vessel upon the ocean of clouds we shall. Launch it towards gates of... Ayatalan? Ayatalan. Ready to fly is Tataramu, yes? Yes, yes, sir.
And it is fair that in 12 there is a race of bird people up in the sky. But you don't see them until the sequel. I mean, there might be one in 4. But if there is, I haven't seen it yet, and it's later in the game. You've reached a friendly reputation with the Cattle 9. New Ixal Tribal daily quests are now available. I'm just remembering the airships from the very beginning of the game is all. Like I said, there could be more. 3 definitely goes through a lot of airship designs. Actually, there is one in 3. Now that you mention it, I was wrong. There's one in 3 that's super duper speedy, and it looks a little bit more like a blimp. Thanks to your diligent efforts, the engine housing has now been integrated into Dezel Kualan's tail assembly. Continue assisting the Acadal 9 to see the airship hybrid reach completion. Okay. Ixal. Bird is the word. Finished. That just leaves the sylphs. And then we can head back to Mordona. It's just that their airship isn't even airship-based. It looks like something you'd build more in, like, Zelda. Attaching balloons to a raft and hope it takes you up to Ganon's tower. Pilfered Podlings. Ah, friend, you must listen. I was perusing my tomes before when I came across a most fascinating passage. Are you perchance familiar with how baby sylphs are born? No. Perhaps I can put it in layman's terms. You see, sylphs come into this world in the form of a bulb, not unlike certain types of flora. But those bulbs will not sprout into a sylph of their own volition. No, they must first be incubated within a special pod, forming what is known as a podling, and given sufficient warmth and nutrition. Then and only then will a newborn sylph emerge. Do they need to absorb nutrients from the dirt, though? Because what you just described was an egg. Also, some insect eggs really do look like leaves and fauna. So they aren't always just like round little things. Sometimes they actually look spiky, like little bits of foliage. Like I can see potentially keeping it well hydrated. Insect and reptile eggs both need to be kept hydrated. This got me thinking. Those frightful sylphs who accosted me said something about a podling, yes? I didn't put it together then, but yes, surely. The Chosen One slumbers as a podling, even as we speak. A podling which they assumed they'd come to steal. This must be why they acted so threatened by my presence. We should continue our search in the Sylphland straight away. That is to say, you should continue it. I mean, I'd go with you, of course. It's just, I still feel so weak. I'm sure Omsio would agree. You should go see what he thinks. It makes more sense for them to be a blimp with the amount of propellers that'd be needed. Yeah, true. True, it's just that theirs is so hilariously, like, it's just a flat board, like a raft, and they have balloons attached to it.
Bumbling One said, what? Chosen One yet exists as podling? Why did Bumbling One not tell this sooner? There's no time to lose. Walking One must become Running One and retrieve Chosen One's podling from Sylphlands with all haste. This one can help. This one uses see-through magic so that Walking One becomes Hidden One. But be careful. See-through magic will not last long. If Touched One see Walking One is in trouble. Now hurry and find Chosen One. Sylphic incantation is about to render you transparent. Hurry and find the bulb that houses the slumbering Chosen One before the magic is lifted. The incantation will expire in 50 seconds. If you become visible, you will be unable to complete your goal. Return to Ulximo and have the spell cast anew. The fragrant blooms you will encounter on the way will extend the duration of the incantation. Seek them out if the spell's power begins to wane. There's some quests already that I've done similar to this. Because, like, if the pod in question has roots that need to go into the soil in order to absorb nutrients rather than getting it from some sort of internalized yolk, then it's a plant. If it just has plant-like features on the outside, but otherwise has a yolk contained on the inside and just needs to incubate and potentially receive moisture now and again, it's an egg. Oh, biology. That's what a hot air balloon is, if you think about it. I know, but most times you want 4 walls, ceiling, and a floor. Want anything to hold on to? Even boats typically have sides. Maybe a top. Even Sid's airship was suspiciously lacking in any sort of safety features. Like, can we sit, please? I would like to sit and not be flung from the airship, if you don't mind. This one is exhausted. Who knew paddling could be so heavy? Lazy one should feel honored and trusted by boss with super secret mission. Yes, this is honored but also tired. She hides paddling in super secret place. Will carry boss one in arms and wings once strong again. Boss one said not to let paddling out of sight for even one eye blink. Yes, this one has to go get it. Now, where did this one put it again? Was it near entrance to this one's home, or... Oh, this one cannot remember. Oh, what has this one done? Boss will pluck this one's wings out one by one. This one must search. If these ones do not find chosen one quickly, this one will not survive boss one's wrath.
Do I need to be invisible still? Carry the paddling back to Little Solstice while your arms and legs still have strength. You have 50 seconds to complete the task. Should you fail, return to the starting location to begin anew. Be wary attacks from enemies. Should you find yourself tiring, seek out patches of moongrass, which will restore your strength. How heavy is it? It's a sylph. I've seen one get roundhouse kicked so hard it died, despite the woman wearing a full set of armor. The baby can't be that much heavier. I mean, that is sort of what a hot air balloon is if you think about it. Yeah, but a hot air balloon is a bucket. A bucket has sides. A hot air balloon also doesn't go over 50 miles an hour unless you're having a really, really bad day. Hot air balloon is meant to be a leisurely float. And to me, the only thing that makes an airship weird with the propellers is the sheer amount of weight it's lifting. Like, obviously we know helicopters exist. Where am I going? Oh god, I need to go down here. Ah! Jump with the baby! Could it truly be? The Chosen One's paddling? Good show, friend! Why, it's every bit as beautiful as I would have expected from the tales, and thrice the size.
Brave One has done it. These ones cannot thank Brave Ones enough.
Oh wait, that's the other one.
By keeping Chosen One out of hands of touched ones, Brave One has saved these ones. Know everyone in Eorzea from a thundery demise.
Oh, let's not engage in hyperbole, friend Sylph. Chosen One or no, they are just a wee babe after all.
Foolish One has 4 eyes, yet not one of them sees. Has Foolish One learned nothing from those paper stacks? From the moment Chosen One emerges from cradle, Chosen One holds the power of 1,000 of these ones. Power to command Primal One with the ease by which Walking Ones draw breath. What does Four-Eyed One think would happen if Chosen One's power fell into hands of touched ones? Lord Ramu would come down from the heavens, and Walking One's precious Gridania would go boom.
A primal in Gridania? How frightful. Why, we really must do something about this.
Does Four-Eyed One need 4 ears as well? This is why this one sent Brave One in search of Chosen One. Ugh. What matters is that Chosen One is safe now. Under these one's care, Chosen One will be raised in Little Solstice, where Chosen One will know only peace and gentleness. If raised properly, Chosen One's great powers will bring comfort and solace, not destruction. This one, all of these ones, will see to that. But Brave One must be wary. These one's enemy will not give up so easily. Should touched ones return for Chosen One, this one would ask for Brave One's aid.
Reputation has increased to recognized within Little Solace. New quests. Could there be a more fascinating subject of study than the sylphs? Each day is a veritable treasure trove of discovery and delight. Why, just yesterday I learned that among their many acts of mischief, the sylphs rather enjoy stealing and concealing tomes and parchment. In other words, they're stealing your shit. Just prior to that I learned, what was again? Forgive me, I seem to have misplaced my journal. Probably because they keep stealing your tomes and parchment. Today I learned the fairies like to mess with me. Yeah, a wood boat isn't really designed to fly, let alone with propellers, but I don't exactly work for NASA, so I wouldn't really be able to answer that question. Anyway, let's journal, return to Mordona, since I do believe that is all our tribal quests, so I can start working on them in my own time. Yay, I can start grinding again! For both my relic weapon and beast stuff. I kinda ran out of things to grind. Yeah, because I remember too that this is like a big dragon on top of this. I can see it from here. Just to go along with the other Dragoon stuff. Me saying this right now probably makes no sense, but please note that I've been doing Dragoon quests in the background and recording those, so yeah. If you're watching this on YouTube, it'll make a little bit more sense what I'm talking about. If you're on Twitch, you're still missing some pieces. Sorry, need to edit that. Syrcus Tower. How am I liking Dragoon? Not bad so far. It is definitely more squishier than a tank, though. Even with heavy armor. Ah, 'tis you, my friend. You are doubtless eager to hear of our progress on the Crystal Tower. It's weird not leading dungeons and instead just staying in the back and watching everybody else do their thing. Excellent. I'd be disappointed to hear otherwise. Of course, disappointed is the word of the day, I fear. I'm ashamed to say that there is nothing worthwhile to report. The suns continue to probe the labyrinth of the ancients, and every day brings new discoveries. Alas, the same cannot be said of the Crystal Tower proper. We've not been able to set so much as a single foot inside of it. You will recall how the 8 sentinels stood between us and the labyrinth initially. In like manner, the entryway to the principal spire, Syrcus Tower, as the Alligans called it, is also protected by technology far more advanced than our own. Sid and I have tried every trick we know, but without success. Frankly speaking, we're at a loss. It's discouraging, but we cannot give up. There must be a way in. And so, as the situation stands, my friend, until we gain entry into the tower, I fear your talent shall avail us. It will require time that I am both loath to waste, but I have a mind to set my people to scouring such ancient texts as we have on hand. Perhaps we can be of assistance. And you are... I don't know. Be at ease, friends, for we shall share the selfsame goal. I am Une, and my companion is called Doga. We are scholars of the Allagan civilization sent by students of Baldesion to assist in your endeavor. Une and Doga? Rather unusual names for this day and age, if I might be forgiven for observing, but I digress. Are they from the Far East? They have Japanese names. You claim to be here at the student's behest, but we have received nary a word of your coming. I'm sure you will not take it amiss if we seem somewhat doubtful. We can only assume that the message failed to reach you due to some mishap. I assure you that we are here to help. You good, Kepway? What is it, Graha? It is nothing. There was a pain, but it has subsided. Well, this is rather unexpected. Your right eye is the same as ours. What do you mean? I can see that it's red, but... The same? You have the Allagan eye as well? The sanguine hue is said to be a trait unique to the Allagans, yet I inherited it from my father as he did from his. Only one child in a single generation is born with the eye. All my life, I have sought to learn the truth of its manifestation. If there is aught you know, I implore you to tell me. Oh, so the Alligans were sort of maybe like, oh god, the Galrians maybe? Like they're here, but they're technically like a race too? DB has less amount of group responsibility, but the most amount of personal responsibility. It does. It does. And a lot of it is just sitting back and watching other people do their own thing. I kind of feel less like I'm leading the charge and more than I'm just sort of like hanging out in the back assisting. It also takes forever to get into raids, which is why it's so much slower leveling than like Paladin, for example, because I can literally wait around for half an hour to an hour before anything pops for my queues. My deepest apologies, but we have no answers for you. Only one thing is certain. Those who possess the trait are bound by the fate to Allig. As your eye has placed you upon the path you walk, so too have you come here to fulfill our destiny. Absurd though it may sound, it is the truth. Don't look at me, I have yellow eyes. It seems to me we have naught to lose but accepting their aid. What say you? If that is your wish, then so be it. Yet know that I still mean to verify your story with the students of Baldesion when I am able. I trust there will be no objections. Very well. As for this moment, I name Une and Doga advisory members of NOAA. Without further ado, let us have them examine the Syrcus Tower entrance. I promise you will not have cause to regret your decision. Bren, I should be much obliged if you were to accompany your new friends to the tower. Biggs and Wedge are presently surveying the 8 sentinels. The 2 of them can show you the way. Upon arrival, pray report to Master Garland. He will brief you on the situation. I shall join you. With Une and Doga's knowledge, along with your uncanny knack for setting events in motion, thanks. I'm hopeful that we will finally see progress. The magic anime eye of a long-dead group, indeed. I love how the one guy looked over, Rambrose looked over to me like, you know anything about this? Like, no sir, I have yellow eyes. Don't look at me. I have nothing to do with it. I'm just as confused as you are. Is this gonna be the whole Naruto Red Eye Clan thing? What's it called again? The Sharingan? Graha, you're not gonna have to kill me to get upgraded versions of those eyes, are you? We're examining the rubble in hopes it'll yield a clue to entering the Syrcus Tower. Can you tell we're getting desperate? Well, if it isn't Bren. Eager to enter Syrcus Tower and kill everything in sight, no doubt. And I'm sure you've already heard, though the place is locked up tight as a clam. Now friends from the students, you say? Excellent. It's been slow going, or rather, no going, for the chief. He'll appreciate the help. If you'll just follow me, I'll take you to him. Yeah, unfortunately I don't know how to pronounce stuff unless they say it, so if I mispronounce things in this game, blame the game. Needs more voice acting. Ah, some old faces to lift the spirit, and a couple of new ones besides. Like, for the longest time, I didn't know Ramu was pronounced that way. I thought it was Rama. Same with Bahamut. It's not Bahamut, it's Bahamut. Allow me to introduce Une and Doga. They're scholars of ancient Allig, sent here by our friends of Baldesion to aid in the investigation. Like, I've been playing Final Fantasy games for 20 years and I didn't know that. We understand you're having trouble circumventing the tower's defenses. 'Tis our hope that we can be of some small assistance. If your attire is ought to go by, your assistance should prove invaluable indeed. To begin with, let me tell you where we stand. Beyond rises Syrcus Tower, the principal spire of the structure collectively known as the Crystal Tower. The only way to get inside is through the proverbial front door, the imposing gate you see here. The problem is we can't get it open. It's sealed by some mechanism whose workings are an utter mystery to us. Having had no success via more orthodox methods... Booms? I went at it with everything from a pickaxe to a Magitech cannon. Oh, booms! Nothing so much as put a scratch on it. For a blessing, the gate doesn't try to reduce us to ashes like the 8 sentinels, but that doesn't make it any less effective as a security measure. It's fiendishly frustrating in its simplicity. The only clue we have is the elaborate device carved upon it. A man and a woman respected. Allegan royalty, by my judgment. Precisely who these individuals were, we cannot say, nor do we know whether the device actually serves a purpose. Like as not, it's purely decorative. Is it weird coincidence that we have a man and woman of potential Alleg descent here? Is it one of them anime blood oath doors? If you're thinking to force it, save your strength. It's no use. Just ask the calluses on my hands. Rest assured, we do not mean to waste our strength. Indeed. Why should we exert ourselves when the gate will open of its own accord? And you just know how to do that how? Interesting to note that the hands are facing like an opposite direction of if you were, as a person, to just put your own 2 hands on the door. They're backwards. I don't think any of us expected that to happen. 7 hells, what is this? What did you do? What are you? Piercing the heavens and gathering the light, a symbol of mankind's glory and might. Its virtue guarded by gates impenetrable, only to those of royal blood answerable. Exactly as passed down through the legend, I'm delighted to see. Oh, it's him. So your thrashing before wasn't enough? Beg pardons for the interrupting your bewilderment. I couldn't help but notice the remarkable playthings you have acquired. Nero, you're still alive? Garland, if I didn't know better, I would say you weren't happy to see me. But I jest. In light of our recent meetings, you have every right to be wary. But rest assured, I am no longer a threat to you. My legion is, for all intents and purposes, defunct, and my association with it means a tight noose awaits me back in Garlemald. And so I've been roaming this land Eorzea, a regular itinerant. In the course of my wanderings, I chanced to catch wind of your latest venture. It sounds positively fascinating, and so I decided to come here and join you. After the wrongs you've committed, you think us that gullible? I don't care what your ties currently are. I have a vendetta against you personally. You tried to feed me to a freak. If you are suspicious of my intent, 'tis only my just deserts, but I am determined to make amends. As a gesture of goodwill, I will share with you what I know, starting with those 2 odd characters. As you are doubtless already aware, the Crystal Tower was a symbol of ancient Alleg's might and prosperity. Entry was permitted only to royalty and a select few individuals. According to the records I have unearthed, only royal blood can open the gate. In other words, the Emperor and his progeny were living keys. I know, but with how long ago it was, a lot more people than you think technically have royal blood. You mean to say that those two are descended from Allegan royalty? Oh, I suggest nothing so glamorous. A lot of people are descended from royalty given enough time, like I said. To put it plain, they are imitations of royalty, living keys born of Allegan ingenuity. Clones, I believe, is the name your creators gave your kind, is that not so? We live in the Middle Ages and we have clones. So it seemed that the time for concealment is past. Pray accept our apologies. 'Twas not our intent to deceive. We simply wished to avoid causing undue alarm by prematurely making what many would consider deranged claims. If it pleases you, let us return to the 8 Sentinels. There is much and more to tell. Very well. We're taking this rather well. Do Sid and company even have any idea what a clone could entail? 7 hells, do you seriously mean to follow us around? Come, Garland, you know me better than to think that I spoke in jest. What more will it take us to be reconciled? A gift, perhaps? An Allegan tombstone. It holds the information I just shared with you, and a deal more besides. It used to be the jealously guarded property of the 14th Legion, but it's yours now. I wish you joy of it. I look forward to working together, old friend. Yeah, the Allegan Empire may be super advanced, but they're also super dead. Were they kept in like a cryo sleep this whole time? Will our crew know what that is? It goes without saying that Nero can't be trusted. We'll do what we can to keep an eye on him at all times. Let's hear what Une and Doga have to say. It will not be too late to decide upon a course of action afterwards. To think the Allegans could make copies of people! If this knowledge were to fall into the wrong hands, the world would become a terrible place. I shudder to imagine a dozen bigs shouting at me all day. The Chief and Nero go all the way back to the Magitech Academy. It's an exclusive school situated in the capital, reserved for the Empire's brightest elite. I don't know the nitty-gritty details, but they don't get along back then and they don't get along now. Fate's a bastard for bringing them together again. I don't know if fate brought them together again. I think Nero just walked his... You may have gotten off to the best of starts, but the past is the past. No. Yesterday's enemies can yet be today's friends. Do you not agree, Warrior of Light? Maybe I don't wanna. You have every right to mistrust us, but I beg that you hear us out. Long have we waited for this opportunity to fulfill our life's purpose. I need a little more detail than that. Where have you been sleeping this entire time? Where have you been? Are you immortal? What the hell? When were you cloned? How were you cloned? If you're ready to listen, we shall tell you all. As it pertains closely to your investigation, your leader, Ramperos, may wish to be present. Before we begin, pray allow me to apologize again. It was not our intent to deceive you. As you have already gathered, we are not scholars sent by the students of Baldesion. Nay, we are clones, copies of people who once existed, giving life throughout Allegan technology. That is rather a lot to take in. If it would not be considered unseemly, I might ask why you and yours were created, and more specifically, what it is that you now seek to do. Answering your questions requires that we revisit Allegan history. Pray bear with us. Were you able to sense that we blew the barrier wide open or something?
The Allegan Empire reached its zenith long before our kind came into being.
Your kind as in clones, or your kind as in Allegans?
In that glorious age, the Crystal Tower stood tall as the symbol of Allegan pride. Parents took their children there, that they might learn how nigh limitless energy it produced brought prosperity to the whole empire. That prosperity, however, bred decadence, and the empire began to show signs of stagnation. This decline was made all the more rapid for want of strong leadership. Actually, wait a minute.
Your names. Wait a minute. My brain just finally clicked into gear. Because of the music. It clicked in with the music. You two are the old farts from Final Fantasy III. Granny Une and Grandpa Doga. Fancy meeting you again. Didn't recognize you. Not used to seeing you without all the wrinkles. So, you're a clone that has a little bit more intelligence than average. Since that's what we took down last time in our Crystal Tower raid. God, why did that take so long? Memory, what are you doing? Like I said, it's in there. I just have bad brain RAM. God. Never noticed the top of Graha's boot has a leopard print? It does it? I'll have to look again. That prosperity, however, bred decline, and the empire began to show signs of stagnation. This decline was made all the more rapid for want of strong leadership. In a matter of generations, the Allegan civilization became a pale shadow of its former self. Its once gleaming cities fell into despair, and its frontier lands were given over to the wilderness. Lamenting the pitiful state of affairs, our technologist made it his mission to restore Allied to gratefulness. Amon was his name, and he believed that the ailing empire wanted for but a potent ruler, and none was more potent than its founding father, whom he sought to resurrect. The founding father? You cannot mean Emperor Zandi. None other. As part of his experiments, Amon created clones of the Emperor's descendants. We are the products of that experiment, copies of Une and Doga, along with many, many others that turned into monsters. Historical texts mention the reigns of two Allegan emperors named Zandi. It was commonly believed that the second was a namesake of the first. After all, such a custom is not uncommon amongst royalty and commoners alike, to think that the two were in fact one and the same. Yeah, and I thought his gift was mortality, and he got all pissy about it. Aye, Zandi returned from a grave and assumed his throne once more. And true to Amon's prediction, the Emperor restored his realm to the glory it once knew. Would that he could have been satisfied with that. In his previous life, the Empire desired to bring the entire world under Allegan dominion, an ambition that ultimately went unfulfilled. Having been granted a second chance, he was determined to succeed. Realizing that he needed more power to wage his war of conquest, Zandi turned his sights towards the forbidden source, darkness. In order to learn how to harness this power, he converted the Crystal Tower into a restricted research facility. Darkness again? 7 hells. What is it with megalomaniacal rulers turning to darkness for their lust for power? Well, I mean, it is a theme. We are in an RPG, Sid. Well, at least this one won't be bothering us, being thousands of years dead and all. Would that you were right, Master Garland. Yeah, about that. Alas, Emperor Zandi is very much alive. Within Syrcus Tower he still abides, his ambition burning all the more ardently for his empire's collapse. Wielding the Oh, hello! Notification went off. I need to go back to Twitch so I can see who followed. Thank you for the follow, Lumine Monet. Wielding the power of darkness requires prodigal amounts of energy that not even the Crystal Tower could produce. In order to augment the shortfall, Dalamud was created and launched to the heavens. On high it hung, gathering the sun's energy and channeling it into the tower below. Wait, why does it say I'm offline? I am not offline. There we go. Sorry about that. Got scuff. Got scuff? I got scuff. However, a miscalculation resulted in a surge of energy that escaped into the land. This triggered an earthquake of unprecedented violence, the calamity that ushered forth the Fourth Umbral Era. Yep, that was a thing in Final Fantasy III as well. The earthquakes. In the blink of an eye, the mighty Allagan Empire was laid to waste. Yet even as the Crystal Tower was sinking into the earth, the technologist Aman, now Emperor Zondi's closest aide, invoked powerful magics and halted the flow of time. Everything got covered in darkness, and everything got frozen in time, no less. Except for one teeny-weeny little island that contained the Warriors of Light. Every soul within the structure, the Emperor included, was placed in a deep slumber. In that state, they were to remain until the time was ripened to awaken. It's testing me on my Final Fantasy III knowledge. Eras came and went. After millennia lying dormant, Dalamud was summoned back to the Earth. Its descent triggered the Seventh Umbral Calamity, in the wake of which the Crystal Tower re-emerged. In that moment, Emperor Zondi awakened. In his lust for power, the Emperor consorted with darkness and was seduced by its corrupting influence. Even though his empire is now little more than a fading memory, he will stop at nothing to see his ambition realized. By just sitting there, menacingly. "'Tis for no other purpose but to put an end to Zondi's madness that we exist. This is the mantle we have inherited from our namesakes, the true Une and Doga, who are, at this point, probably in another universe. Fearing what might befall the world, the two of them sought to thwart their emperor. They gave unto us their will, that we might carry on the mission should they fail. When we came to our senses within the Crystal Tower, we deliberated a course of action. Concluding that we alone could not overcome Zondi, we struck out to find a worthy ally. It has taken years, but our search is finally over." This is another reason, too, why I want to play certain Final Fantasy games before going into specific Final Fantasy patches. There's a reason I did 3 and 12 before starting 14. "'Tis no ordinary person who can cut a path through the labyrinth of the ancients. With you as our champion, we are confident that we can end Zondi's dark ambition once and for all." Well, that'll teach me for speaking too soon. Setting my chagrin aside, I see now why you knew about the students of Baldesion among a host of other things. You were observing our investigation this whole time. So, what will we do? The world's in grave danger again, and it just so happens you're an expert at saving it. I'm down for a brawl. Wouldn't be my first time. You have our eternal gratitude. Together, let us see the Allagan Empire's dark past laid to rest. If anything, this one doesn't require me to max out new job levels. It's been our mission to recover the long-lost knowledge of the Allagan civilization. But what worth is that knowledge if it means subjecting the realm to peril? Truth be told, it pains me to think that the Tower's secrets may become lost to us, but the greater good must come first. Besides, no quantity of ancient relics can compare to our friends Une and Doga, living, breathing Allagans. And so I hereby declare a change in Noah's objective. Henceforth, we shall direct all efforts towards sealing off Syrcus Tower, and its dark secrets must never again know the light of day. Bren, as you did for us within the Labyrinth of the Ancients, I would have you enter the structure and eliminate hostile elements. Suffice it to say, this includes Emperor Zondi himself. Yeah, just go and commit regicide. I'm sure that's an easy task. Thanks. Meanwhile, the rest of us shall examine ways to isolate Syrcus Tower from the outside world. To work, then. Are we gonna rebury it? My Warrior of Light is cute. Thank you. And this is my first time going through this, so a few things might fly over my head. Wait, there's something I must know. My right eye is like yours. Does this mean... Are you a clone too? I kind of doubt that, seeing as Une and Doga's clones are of themselves. You inherited the trait from your father, you said. Know that clones are unable to bear offspring. You have no cause for concern. Interesting. The Allegan Eye, you called it, but to us it is the Royal Eye, owing to the fact that the trait manifests only in those possessed of royal blood. I cannot well explain why the eye runs in your line, but I am disinclined to think it a coincidence. Though you are doubtless impatient to learn the truth, pray have patience. All will be revealed in due time. Well, I mean, we still have Graha, though. It's not wiping out all of them if we still got Graha. Also, Zandi is kind of nebulous of this whole structure, given his involvement in 3. Within Syrcus Tower, you will encounter clones who share our appearance. Yeah, like a lot of them. Though they too were created in the image of Doga and Une, they are but empty husks bereft of independent will. Their sole purpose is to eliminate intruders. Striking down spitting images of Une and myself may give you pause, but you must not let that stray your hand. Spitting images, you say? Yeah. No. They're not spitting images, thank you very much, if I recall correctly. Though their names do not appear to have survived the passage of time, Doga and Une were worthy individuals. Also complete goofballs. They were not without faults, but they placed the welfare of the people above all else. When Zande was resurrected, they supported the second ascension to the throne, in hopes that the Empire would flourish once more under his leadership. When it came to light that Zandi was consorting with dark powers, they did all they could within their power to stop him. Among the many acts they imbued us, 2 humble clones with their will. My apologies if I've given you cause for worry. I am quite well, I assure you. As you can appreciate, there has been much for me to think on. I'm very curious why it only passed to the first in a generation. But now is the time for action, not idle thoughts. Syrcus Tower awaits us. But what about, like, if the whole line is Allegan? Does everybody get it? Or is being passed to the first of the line purely an Allegan and combined with a not Allegan thing? I'm so confused. Your task is to eliminate all hostile elements within the structure, Zandi himself included. This will afford us a chance to seal off the facility. May the crystal grant you strength. Magic blood is magic. I know, but I'm curious, like, if 2 full-blooded Allegan people, like, have a baby, is the first-born Allegan and then the second-born not Allegan then? Or if it's 2 Allegans, are they all Allegans? Because if it's only the first that's born Allegan, that's weird. Meanwhile, the Fate people are probably staring at me. The truth of my eye is ever on my mind, but right now every man of us has a job to do. Rest assured I shan't allow myself to be distracted. Because I remember in that series too, they could only choose 1 mage in the family to devote teaching magic to. Okay, let's... Do I have... I think Jimmy too far away. There's a freaking gap, man. Do I have to go in this way? Okay, it's direction specific, thanks. Alright, unlocked. I guess the Moogle thing's maybe still going. I don't know how long I haven't to turn in stuff to actually get Moogle rewards. But anyways, we're queued up and ready to go, which I guess means we can goof around and do other things. Final Fantasy XIV Punnett Square Edition. It kind of is. I don't know how this works. But that's the thing. There shouldn't be... If they're both Allegan, there shouldn't necessarily be a recessive. The Moogle thing is all month. Okay. I have the month of February to get it done. Sorry. Need to get a drink. Sipping on some B vitamins. to give me energy. It's gonna be a big raid again. 3, 6, and 15. Yeah. Alright. There's a Valentine event? Oh, there is. Any idea which town it's in? To save me a warp? Because otherwise, everything I have on here is just silliness. Silliness or big raids. Main cities? Oh, any main city. So I have no idea how long this will take. It's a weekend. That's another reason I like doing this on the weekend, where people are on, which means raids probably don't take as long to queue into. Because I know I can travel while I wait. Potentially get interrupted in the middle of a cutscene. Oh, Jesus! I warped right into the middle of a concert. Hey! This is why we do the big stuff on the weekends. Soon as it decides it's ready. Come on, DPS, I believe in you. I know this is Final Fantasy III music, but it's also giving me Chocobo Dungeon Something Fierce. Since this music plays a lot in that game. Alright, tank stance on. I'm assuming the ones with the letters are my party. If I can read their names, they probably belong to my team. Oh, it's an old Gridania? Okay. I'll check it out after this then. Ooh, that's a lot. Hopefully, yeah! The updates worked! The updates worked. I'm not being inundated by everybody's spell effects. It's not a clusterfuck like last time. Alright, switch to single target. Mistakes were made that day. Okay. I'm gonna go wherever the healer goes, man. Sorry. Bard music is also an option as well. Yeah, I want to leave that on, potentially, just for my own barding. As someone who can play an instrument in real life, I might be able to bard on stream. Some people have things on them. Don't know how relevant that is. Stand ever so slightly out of it. Should I be concerned about the ball? Hounds grow silent. Finally, I may rest. Yeah, there was a Cerberus, like, enemy like this in 3. You guys aren't opening the chests! Has an interesting lore. So Scylla was not always a dog-headed monster person, but instead Amon played a prank on her, which, against her consent, and now she's stuck like that? Oh. I don't remember that in 3. Was that in, like, the Ultimacia guide? Come on, big spinny. There we go. Oh, I see. Green Dragon, another Final Fantasy III enemy. Over here? Alright, where's Doga's clone? I see. This is also why I changed the colors. There's another one. Get off my healers. Any more? Just you? Oh, right, loot. What's this for? White mages! Oh dear. Yoink. Also white mages. I can give it to the white mages. Somebody else wants it, I bet. What the? There's so many status effects. Activating support protocol, charging energy stores. Those? Do I need to worry about those, or are those for DPS to take care of? I don't remember him. Chocobo Dungeon as a remix of a whole bunch of early Final Fantasy themes. So this one sounds really similar to the theme in Chocobo Dungeon. This one I could wear. This is Sandi's outfit. Nobody's going after the dragon yet, so I feel like I maybe shouldn't attempt to be the first. Alright. Maybe nobody can grab it yet. Get down here. Let's go up here. Damn, I unleashed my supers and he was already dead. And here's the clone's armor set. I don't know what that looks like though. I can bid for it. I won't bid super high on it though, just in case. I'll just do regular. So that way if somebody else really wants it, their need can outpace my greed. You, I remember, however. You were the pain in the ass inside the tree. Inside the floating tree. Mister, I'm gonna need you to equip Scholar so that you can see what my weaknesses are. It's my job. Have I been assigned to be off-tank? Get back here! Toads! Somebody got turned into a toad? That's a different dungeon. Okay, these are down. I don't see anything else on the field, so I guess I could join as DPS. Ooh! Well, that came out of nowhere. Yeah, the notification to hide came a little late, sorry. Let's get my auto healing on. Didn't know that was coming. Okay, that's for birds. And then the opera sounds more like something from Parasite Eve. You fight valiantly, mortals, but to no avail. I mean, did Yoko Shimomura do any music for this? Absolute darkness draws nigh. Soon it will not be unleashed, and all shall return to nothingness. Sorry I'm late. Some of us had cutscenes. I'll stand up here for the time being. Don't mess with anybody's positionals. Is there anything about these? I don't think so. Mine is the power of darkness. Even the stars must bend to my will. Starfall circle? Guess I'll take this out before it goes boom. Oop, everybody cuddle. Are we floating? Does this game have float? I'm sticking next to the Kupo Paladin. They seem to have a better idea than I do. Else? Nope. I hear someone doing a limit break. There he goes. Life is a... I see. Syrcus. I see it. I'm still gonna say Syrcus. Player commendation to the heels. You kept me alive. Oh my. Maybe? Pass. It's cute. I'm collecting these. Maybe. Alright. May the bidding commence. Stand and wait for the bidding. You don't think this is Soken yet? It still might be Nobuo Uematsu. Nobuo had a lot of bosses in A Realm Reborn and they swapped during the patch content. Nice! Got a lot of stuff. My inventory weeps. Actually, really quickly. Just in case they have something they need to give me. Yeet! Alright, let's get this sorted. Cool. Yeah, it sounds a little bit like Yoko Shimomura, who does the Kingdom Hearts and Parasite Eve soundtracks. Just curious if they might have guest appearances from music composers. Bren! You did it! You defeated Emperor Zandi! Empires may rise and fall, but a man's indefatigable spirit never truly lives on. You are the champion we hoped for. With Emperor Zandi now at eternal rest, his dark legacy may be undone. Ah, you're back in your uniform, huh? What are you playing at now, Nero? In case you haven't noticed, Garland, these are dangerous surrounds. Can a man be faulted for exercising due caution? At any rate, you need mind me. I'm perfectly capable of looking after myself. Go on and finish what you came to do. There are two ways that we must seal off Syrcus Tower. Either isolate it from the outside world, or cripple its ability to produce energy. I'm still gonna call it Syrcus. The choice of method is yours to make. Before you proceed, however, Doga and I must needs attend to a task. Yeah, that kind of big gaping hole in the void. That distortion, what is it? Doesn't have Cloud of Darkness inside it, does it? The power that Zandi sought to obtain comes from the void. The world of darkness, our people called it. And the true nature of that power was none other than the armies of Voidsent. Voidsent feed on Aether, as you may already know, and no plane is richer in it than ours. In exchange for their allegiance, Zandi entered into an unholy covenant. He would open a gate through which the Voidsent could freely enter our world. The covenant, I'm afraid to say, is still in effect. However, being the Emperor's lineage, Rune and I believe that we can annul it. But I thought Kingdom Hearts was light. I think Kingdom Hearts is actually both. I think it's going to be about finding balance, but who do I know? I haven't even started 3 yet. I haven't started Dream Drop Distance yet either. Actually, that's not true. I've seen a little bit of Dream Drop Distance years ago in Japanese, but I need to start it as part of the Kingdom Hearts thing. By his blood, Zandi sealed his dark pact. By our blood, it shall be undone. I'll get to it eventually, like all things. It is time. Yes, Doga. Finally, we may fulfill our purpose. I don't trust this man. What are you laughing about, sir? Oh, be still, my beating heart. For a moment I feared this outing world end in disappointment. But my readings were not mistaken. Not even the Ultima weapon can compare to this. What are you going on about? She's not gonna stick one of her tendrils out through that void, is it? The covenant is everlasting. And more clones. Again with the magic headaches. And so Merisida is brought to the fold. Soon all the world shall be united under Allagan rule. And yet, with every dream that becomes reality, the memory of death grows ever more vivid, an endless void bereft of light and warmth. Though I may have defeated death, it did not leave me unscathed. Nay, its ravening claws have scarred my soul for eternity. Never shall I know peace. Beings without will, you cannot fathom my rage. my melancholy, my fear. What worth is wealth and power when all must inevitably be consigned to nothingness? If man has nothing, he need not know the pain of loss. So let there be nothing. Harvest more power, that the gate may be thrown open and full. Let the cloud of darkness come and engulf the world, devouring all life, hopes, and dreams. Let all be returned to nothingness. If I gotta deal with mortality, so does everybody else, he claims, not realizing that all of humanity is already mortal and will thus suffer that fate without his intervention. Bren, pull yourself together. Well, it depends. You got some Excedrin in those pockets, Catboy? Is there no end to them? What in the seven hells is happening? Oh, sure. Criticize me for it. Ah, not now, damn it. Well, at least he's good for something. What happened to your other weapon? You know, the big hammer. Can you no longer summon it? Did I break your toy? Nero, were they part of your grand plan too? Save your japes, Garland. I don't put up with your arrogant face to play with worthless clones. Something controls them. A voidsent. No ordinary one at that. Doga! How did that even happen? Did she reach out and grab you? Oh, she did. Fancy that. Confounded, without them there's no way to master the darkness. That power is mine. Well, that depends. Are there warriors of darkness in this world? Like there is in 3? The other side isn't exactly bereft of people in 3. Nero! It's kind of funny with the models. Yeah, I wonder if this will look better or worse with the patch. This covenant shall be honored. I am the cloud of darkness. I shall devour your light and return this world to the void. The funny thing is, it's not like there's nothing on the other side in 3, it's just like a mirror world to ours. Damn it, the rift is gone. What are we supposed to do now? Rip open a new one? As much as it pains me to leave without them, there's precious little we can do. Let us return to the Find and consult Rambabros. And back out we go. I also need to make a detour to empty out some of my inventory. Good lord. I thought I had space. I did not have space. Some characters will look better, but some won't give that same... Wait, what? Won't have the same feel that NPCs are made in Character Creator. where others are custom models. Maybe, it depends. Certain traits might still be a little bit more unique or highlighted. I feel as though I'm forgetting something important. But for the life of me, I cannot remember what that something is. All this happened within the tower? Gods preserve. The rift that manifested before the throne was a void gate. Of this I am certain. There exist a myriad kinds of void scent. The more powerful the being, the larger the gate must be for them to pass through. It would seem that Zandi sought to open the gate of unprecedented proportions, one that would allow the cloud of darkness entry into our world. Fortunately for all mankind, he did not succeed. I shudder to imagine what the void scent is capable of. However dreadful it may be, we can't abandon our friends. Is there no way to save them? I will not lie to you, Master Garland, the situation is bleak. The void scent can enter our world. Instances of men entering the void have never been documented. It pains me to give voice to my fears, but we do not even know whether our friend is still alive. Damn it, I feel so helpless. No, I refuse to give up. We must save Doga and Une. We share the same eye, 'tis true, but that is not what motivates me. Above all, I wish to help them fulfill their mission, a mission whose burden they have borne for 1,000 years and besides. We cannot leave matters as they are. So long as Zandi's dark covenant is binding, our world is in danger. 'Tis our duty to prevent the worst from coming to pass. Also, was that headache of yours from the Allegan Eye, or do you perchance have an echo like I do? Graha, ever since meeting Une and Doga, you've not quite been yourself. Tell me, is all well with your eye? I honestly cannot say. I know only that there is a memory that I must recall. As a child, my father told me that the truth of our eyes rests within the Allag. The answer eludes me still, but one day I will find it. I'm with Graha. However slim the odds, we must try to save Une and Doga. Alas, and that bastard Nero as well, if only to make certain that he won't make any more mischief. You have the right of it. Though we've known them only but briefly, Doga and Une are our comrades. We cannot fail them. I shall consult experts in literature both. I swear to leave no stone unturned. Yet I know that it may be a while before we are ready to act. I would ask that you all be patient. When dealing with the void, one cannot be cautious enough. My thanks again for your assistance. Pray rest now while you can. For when the time comes to go after our friends, you must be at no less than full strength. We'll save them yet, Bren. Mark my words. Yay! Detour time, because, good lord, I need to get some of this out of my inventory. Gridania. Oops. Since that's where the Valentine event is, too. I might go do that while I'm there. Let's see. Wait, crystals this way. I was gonna put stuff in my retainer inventory, but then I remembered I have that available in the Shaded Bower as well. Yeah, I'm curious how bad it's gonna bork a lot of people's character mods too. Sir, what all are you even synthesizing? Alright, some of these I hang on to and some I don't. What gets the boot? Okay, maybe put sour bread away, I don't know. I was gonna use it for some upcoming recipes. All this materia melding is making my brain go burr. Get rid of some of these. High ether, 700 MP. I can save some of these for when I'm in my other classes. Oof. This is what I was gonna put away. I was gonna put away some of the new armor I got. That opened up a few slots. I know it's a mess. Bear with the mess. Where was... Ah, right. It's been a little bit. 2... Actually, let me check in with Pupo really quickly. I know I put him away, but I just want to see what they cost. Get my character. Antelope Doe. That one's 50. This little guy I might go for, because he's cute. Ultima horns. I think I see people with that. They give themselves, like, aura horns, even without being aura. Or it doubles as the amount of horns I have. I might consider that. It's a rare drop somewhere? The horns, you mean? Astrid. That name sounds familiar. Do I recognize you? The symbol of love. Astrid is not so subtly indicating her desire for you to approach. Hello there, friend. Can you feel that? Love is in the air, just waiting to be snatched up by questing hands. That means Valentine's Day is upon us once more, and I, Astrid de Valentione, and my fellow emissaries are here to support all who would avail themselves of this bounty. You have had the air of one who is in constant pursuit of adventure, and what greater adventure is there than to fall head over heels for another? To fall out of head over heels for another is more of an adventure, I assure you. Welcome, my friend, to the Festival of Order and Affection. Come to think of it, an intrepid adventurer like you might just be what we require. Might I favor of you? A fellow emissary by the name of Emile departed earlier to prepare a little surprise for our festivities, you see. But she's been gone for quite some time. Okay, it's a woman. I was gonna be like, wait. I would like you to make sure she hasn't gotten herself into trouble. I would like to ask myself or ask one of my associates to check up on her, but all are busy guiding our love-starred revelers. Would you do me this favor? I'm in your debt. Before she left, Emile said she would be practicing under the trees near Fenul Fenris. No doubt you will find her there. Can I... It's not that far. It is a weird holiday if you think about it. I know in Japan that's even more than what we do over here in the West. Typically in America for Valentine's Day, we just give like little cards and maybe candy. But over in Japan, you only really give chocolates to people that you're romantically interested in or people that you're otherwise super close friends. Like there's friend chocolate and then there's like I'm interested in you chocolate, and typically it's the girls that give it to the guys, and if the guy reciprocates her feelings, then on a separate holiday called White Day, he gives her a ribbon. If I shift the angle just the teeniest bit, I bet I can triple the cuteness factor. No, quadruple it. Or if you're single, like me now, there is Black Day, where you just enjoy your singleness by eating soba noodles. Which is probably what I'm gonna do. I might actually buy soba noodles too. Whoa! What's up? Who might you be? Valentine's Day, or I guess in my experience, both inside and outside of a relationship, means tomorrow is half-price chocolate day.
Ooh, Astrid asked you to check up on me? Well, isn't that the sweet of you? It's a pleasure to make the acquaintance. I suppose you're wondering what I've been practicing here so far away from prying eyes. Patience, my friend, patience. If you truly wish to see what I've been cooking up, pray come to Miketo Amphitheater.
I guess for the past 10 years, my ex-partner never really did get me anything for Valentine's Day. Cards, candy, flowers, what are those? I kind of forget. That's a thing that people actually do for you.
You brought her back as promised, thank you. She intends to demonstrate her, what did I call it? Right, love heart on stage in just a moment. You can be part of her very first attendance.
There's a White Day event as well? Ah, well, Japanese game.
That was, yes, cute. So this is what you've been working on. Turkadanians are a reserved people who have long been reluctant to openly express their feelings to one another. Yet I believe it is of utmost importance that we open our hearts to those we hold dear, in this season of love most of all. Now it's time for everyone to shed their fears and wear their affections on their sleeve. 'Tis what inspired me to come up with the love heart. I can only hope its simple expression is enough to motivate people to act.
I'm guessing this is an emote that you can get. Not sure if it's paid or free, though.
Well, it certainly appears to have made an impression. Navigating matters of love is often a nerve-cracking task, even for the boldest of us. Yet with this gesture, I believe you've given the townsfolk a perfect means to convey their feelings, also used by pop idols everywhere. Emil, I encourage you to go about the city and perform the pose before any you might be floundering in an ocean of love. Go and ignite the passion in their hearts. Leave it to me. Would you mind lending a hand here as well? As an adventurer, I'm sure you've touched the hearts of many. There are doubtless more that are qualified to guide others in pursuing and realizing their passion. Wonderful. Now before we set forth, I would ask you to remain on the stage for a while so we can judge your pose. Considering the import of our mission, I'm afraid we can't leave until it's flawless.
Maybe this year I should make some chocolate for my coworkers.
I'm equal amounts impressed and envious that you managed to perfect the gesture in such a short time. It took me ages to get the hands right. Ideally, I would like you both to get started immediately, yet I do wish we had another emissary.
I wonder if that should be the thumbnail. Then how serendipitous it is that I'm here to offer my services.
Lisette?
Cute.
I believe an introduction is in order. The esteemed personage before you is none other than Lisette de Valentione, my dear sister and predecessor as emissary of Valentione. Valentione's Day. Not Valentine's Day, Valentione's Day.
What's the difference? Is this an in-universe thing I don't know about?
Oh, Astrid, ever one of propriety. Let not introduction imitate you, my dear. Call me Lisette. Lisette, Lissy, whatever you fancy. Yes, well, pleased though I am for your offer, should you not be enjoying the festivities with your beloved? My adorable Astrid, though I may have relinquished the burden of leadership, I have not abandoned my duty as a herald of love. You said yourself that you lack a capable help, and here I am, yes? As a daughter of House Valentione... Frick, I can't say that. Valentione. I cannot stand by as the flames of ardor dwindle. Let them help Astrid. It might be just what they need for her rendezvous with
Hortenfence names. I'm so sorry. My dyslexic ass cannot read.
Emil, I told you about that in confidence.
Ah, so that's the way of it. In that case, your aid is most welcome.
Well, with that settled, let's go forth and quicken the seeds of romance yet to spring throughout Gridania. Pray teach me this pose of yours, Emil. Yes, ma'am. Might we suggest we split up? Our adventurer friend here can handle old Gridania, while Lizzie and I can cover new Gridania.
Nah, it's okay, DJT. It's just you only start to notice stuff after the break, you know?
Given the season, you shall no doubt find more than one individual who is flummoxed by their feelings. Strike our pose before those lost souls, and with an outpouring of love, grant them the courage to tell them what's in their hearts.
You start to notice things like, oh, it was very one-sided, wasn't it?
There are a few areas in particular I'd like you to visit once you're ready. Just say the word and we can begin.
Oh, I do get the pose. You've learned the love heart. When it's always you that's doing celebrations, getting gifts, that sort of thing. Never once in all 13 years did I ever get a single flower. It's all about the heart.
Ready? Wonderful. I marked out a few locations in the area where people tend to mingle. I'm confident you will find more than a few individuals in need of a little push. Show them your best rendition of the love heart to give the courage they need.
Okay, where are we on? Probably the marketplace. Actually, there's one right here. Love heart is what it's called. But who do I give it to? You. That's an adorable pose, but why show it to me?
You meant to encourage me? That's very kind of you, but I'm afraid I find the prospect of confession daunting.
Me too.
Though I could ask him if his professional opinion on which vegetables are the most suited to be cut into heart shapes.
Carrots? I've seen carrots cut into heart shapes, although certain tomatoes are already sort of in a heart shape, so if you slice them correctly, they sort of already look like hearts.
A completely natural question considering the spirit of Valentione's Day, yes? Truth be told, I've had my eye on him for some time now. I simply didn't know how to approach, but thanks to your unique motivation, I've finally found the inspiration I need. Though it occurs to me, how did the heart become associated with Valentione's Day in the first place? I hope to Nafika he doesn't ask me.
I mean, I don't expect someone I'm in a relationship to go out of their way, it's just... You kind of realize you're the one who's always baking things and making things and growing things. You pose quite the, pose. So, maybe I will continue baking things and making things and growing things, but they will go to friends, family, and co-workers instead. I see. It's a symbol of love, to call bare one's heart, scars and all. My beloved stormed off earlier because I was terribly late for our rendezvous. I dared not tell the reason for fear it would vex her further. I had been so preoccupied selecting a gift for her that I lost track of time. I must apologize to her and explain myself. Thank you for helping me see that, my friend. Mayhap there is time yet for Valentione's Day miracle. And up here. A heart-shaped potato? That's cute. I guess so long as you have a cookie cutter, anything big enough can become heart-shaped. What's this? If you have a matter to report, keep it short. I'm rather occupied at present. Perhaps I can invite him to a meal? But how would I even broach the subject? Sure, inviting out to a meal is a good way to break the ice. Stop that! What manner of strange gesticulation have you just accosted me with? A curse? Nay, an insult? Explain yourself this instant. I guess depending on your views of love, suppose it could be a curse.
Oh, excuse me. I need to be brave enough to express my feelings? Are you claiming that I, a proud lancer of the Wood Whalers, lack courage of all things? Well, you'd be right. I'm too craven to invite someone to a simple meal. But your gesture, now that I understand its intent, has kindled my warrior spirit. I will carry out this task as if it was my sworn duty. Many thanks, adventurer, and forgive me for assuming the worst. I guess that is true. Just because I'm not technically celebrating Valentione's Day this year doesn't mean I can't spur the campfires in other people's hearts. To everybody else, good luck with your confessions. I hope they go well. You have taught the townsfolk to remain steadfast in the face of love and inspired them to act. Report the results of your effort to Astrid at Miketo's amphitheater. Hey, just because I'm not joining in the festivities doesn't mean I can't play Cupid. You're back! Seeing as my sister is yet to return, might I ask you and Emil to recount how you fared in the meantime? Well, I found the post to be eye-catching if nothing else, perhaps even embarrassingly so, even though it was I who invented it. Regardless, I am proud to say that we're practically lining up to see it. What about you? I see. Whilst I'm glad to hear others were spurred to action, it saddens me slightly that some do not know the origins of Valentione's Day symbol, the heart. I mean, I can't speak. To be fair, the actual, like, heart shape for romance isn't shaped like an actual heart, so if they don't know it means romance. Which makes me wonder, are you two aware of how it came to be associated with Valentione's Day? I haven't the slightest idea. Then allow me to teach you. It all began with... Oh no, did she get rejected? Lizette, heavens, your face is white as a sheet. What's wrong? Hortense, I saw him speaking with a woman in Carline Canopy. They were alone together, speaking intimately. You don't suppose it was... Oh God, you don't suppose it was a tryst, do you? Absolutely not. You know Hortense would never be unfaithful to you. Nay, purge the thought from your mind. I wish I could say that. I wish I could. I know, but when I saw him and that woman whispering to each other like they were in their own little world, my heart stopped. Before I knew it, I was running from the sight of them as fast as my legs would take me. Love is the fruit born of bravery. Have you forgotten those words, Lizette? They are our words, passed down by our ancestor, Countess Arabelle del Valentiore. She summoned the courage to pursue love through all manner of hardship. And she was not merely a countess, but also a warrior true. Naught symbolizes what she fought for more than her crimson shield, forged in the shape of a heart. The symbol is a source of courage. Remember that. Thank you, Astrid. You're right. Countess Arabelle would be mortified to see her progeny act with such cowardice. I must honor her legacy. I am ready. Hortense, if he intends to elope with another woman and live to tell the tale, he has another think coming? I'm clueless as to the nature of Hortense's connection with this mystery woman, but I dare say Lizette needs friends by her side. May I prevail upon you both to join her? Yes, if only she does not murder the man. But of course, leave it to us. You have my gratitude. I place her in your capable hands. You better hurry. She has said Hortense and this unknown woman were in the Carline Canopy. I'm sure that's where she's headed. To me, it's less what the gift is and more that it is a gift. Same. Like, you took the effort. Even a cheap gift implies that there's thought enough to get something. Exactly. Thought enough to remember.
even just making time to see each other or sending a little card in the mail or anything along those lines would have been fine.
Say, Hortifence, isn't that...
They're both dressed like each other, too. Lizette, but our meeting was not to be until later. What's the one, kids show that has this kind of design? Strawberry something? Strawberry shortcake? That's what their outfits are reminding me of.
It's a perfect day to bake a pretty cake.
That.
Hortifence, who is that woman? God, she's lost control of her tongue. What should we do?
Love is the fruit born of bravery. Make your ancestor proud. Tell him how you feel.
Hortifence Pastoroi, for what reason do you imitate yourself with this comely young maiden, knowing full well that another has entrusted her future to you? Well, have you not to say for yourself? It would seem nerves caused Lizette to fall back into the mannerisms of her noble upbringing. Oh dear, I'm terribly sorry. This is all a misunderstanding. I came to Hortifence for counsel, as I admire the devoted relationship he has with you. I was hoping he could offer me advice in nurturing a similar bond with the one I adore.
Lizette, my love, my first thought was that you could not bear to wait another moment for our meeting, but now I see you could not bear the thought of me with another. 'Tis as if the very Fury herself stands before me, a goddess in both spirit and flesh, full of passion and devotion. Oh, what a fortunate man I am. Well then, they're a good match for each other. And I regret that my actions would cause you even a moment of suffering. Please set your heart at ease, my darling. I have eyes for none but you, now and forever. I only chose a private location so that this young lady could seek counsel away from eavesdroppers.
Oh, that's it? Gods, I've made a complete fool of myself. Forgive me, both of you. That Lady House Valentione should comport herself in such a way, I am completely ashamed. If I may, my lady, I now understand why you would be upset, and I admire your bravery for confronting us. Would that I have the courage to give voice to my own feelings.
Healthy response. I give 2 thumbs up.
I am no longer to be the head emissary of love, but I am well equipped as ever to speak on matters of the heart. Love is the fruit born of bravery, my dear. Though it is terrifying to bare your heart to another, it is more terrifying still to live never knowing what might have been. You must confess. I promise you the risk is worth the reward.
And if not, you may join me for soba noodles.
I suppose I would regret it for the rest of my days if I never found love because I was too afraid to fight for it. You're right, my lady. I will do my best.
Oh, goodness.
Once again, forgive me for...
Hortifence, what's wrong? Oh, the sight of your angelic pose has struck me to my very core. My heart is likely to burst from my chest.
I think that means he'll live. Anyway, the two of us will return to apprise Astrid of what happened here. I trust you won't mind if we inform her that you and Hortifence will be partaking in the festivities earlier than scheduled. Well, 'twas our plan for the beginning, and it would do much to smooth over this little misunderstanding. Please extend my apologies to Astrid for any whom I might have caused. Let us return to Mikento's amphitheater and give Astrid the good news. Oh, for the love of, would you please get up?
Be still, my heart. Alright, you two, have fun. Ah, it's from Lazy Town. Well, it's a little bit past my generation, but... couldn't remember if the show was called Strawberry Shortcake. Where is this one? But that's what the design makes me think of. If I can find an opening. It's crowded in here. I'm so relieved. It was all just an unfortunate misunderstanding. I must thank you for being here for my sister. It truly means the world. You deserve my thanks as well, Esmiel. No, don't mention it. I'm happy we're able to help. Although we've had our ups and downs, I believe we've accomplished our goal of showing folk how important it is to express those feelings, to hold all they hold dear. All in all, I say this Valentione's Day has been a success. Which reminds me, although my explanation of the heart's origins was impersonated with some dramatics, I take it you were able to piece together its meaning? Yes, indeed. A noble woman and proud knight, Countess Arabelle's legacy lives on, not only in the tradition of Valentione's Day, but in its symbol. Her beloved heart-shaped shield. Probably now available for purchase in the online store. In commemoration of her brave pursuit of love in the face of insurmountable odds, the heart came to symbolize her, and eventually the very concept of love itself, capturing the imaginations of men and women around the world. Today, while many may recognize the symbol, few know of its history. With Emil's love heart, I believe people will become curious to know the story of our tradition, and for that I am overjoyed. Countess Arabelle's tale will undoubtedly give many the courage to pursue love, just as did your sister. May we all learn from the Countess's example. May we all learn from the Countess's example. Smack. I pray you and yours have a Valentione's Day overflowing with affection, my friend. And if not, I'll rev up the noodle pot. And there we go. Heartfelt gesture. I do believe we are done for Valentine's. Countess Arabelle was not only a dignified lady, but a noble knight with the resolve and grace to see her passions realized. Tell me, do you know how she developed such fortitude? Well, I've heard it said that there was countless who would train at dawn and dusk each day, eschewing the wooden training buckler for her hefty heart-shaped shield. Such effort would undoubtedly strengthen both body and mind. Pardon me, you believe I shouldn't put stock in such tales? But it sounds perfectly reasonable to me. Astrid has... This floating stuff everywhere. Has dedicated herself to making sure Valentione's Day is a smashing success, so it's only right to do the same. As ever, I support her as best I can, and I hope you continue to lend us a hand when the need arises. It's one of the healthy Valentine's messages that you've heard. Which one? Theirs or mine? And there we go. Valentine's Day is done. We've finished up our Beast Quest reputation. I've unlocked grinding again for my relic weapon, for which I can do in my own time. And possibly in the next video we can get going on the second phase of the Crystal Tower. But for now, we are getting really close to 5, so it's time for me to start wrapping it up. You think there's the games, I think there's an event shop. I didn't see one aside from the Muggles. Do you know where it would be? Let's see. Valentione 2024. Shape of the Heart from February 7th to the 21st. Old Gridania, level 15. You get emotes in a chair. Please note the seasonal quest cannot be completed after it's been concluded. The lodestone is just showing the emotes in the chair. I don't see a shop with this one. I think the shop might just be the online shop, like actual purchasing. Near the theater, there's a little stall. I can look. I'm guessing it's for like hearts and stuff. I can take a look before I retire. Let's see. Link Shell Distributor, Calamity Salvager, Moogle. Let's see anything on the... Behold, bird, the beloved's bedazzling embodiment of love puts rogue adults to shame, does it not? A lovely pose for the lovely festival. Tell me, how much better is my rendition than Bert's? Ah, here we go. Purveyor of love. Is it? Valentine's heart share, so you can just buy it. White chocolate. Oh, you can literally give chocolates. Cute. White chocolate raises it raises vitality. That is a choice. Anyway, heart chocolate, prismatic hearts. Cute. Alas, I don't have anybody to give it to. So alas, it would only clog up my inventory. Since I know how to make chocolates, I wonder if it's curious if you can make heart-shaped chocolates or not, or if you can only buy them to give to people. Oops. Just use mouse. Because I know in here we can start making, yeah, like bubble chocolates. I wonder if eventually you can start making heart-shaped chocolates. Cute. How about over here? Lovebird? If the heart is symbol of Countess Arabelle, does that not mean our heart-shaped pom-poms are a sign of her blessing? Did you style your pom-pom into a heart? I thought those were sensitive. Look, Kupo! All this ardor and affection is making me a pom-pom shine brighter than a star! Oh, we're closed. Come back later. There we go. Even in-game chocolates would suffice. There's even... Oops, wrong way. There's even in-game options. But again, even just company and time is something I would have appreciated, but oh well. Just new mentalities to take into the future, I suppose. Make sure relationships are more 50-50 going forward. No more. I was planning to, but... But there we go. We've made a ton of progress. And I've unlocked a lot of grinding that I can do, but since it's been almost 3 hours, I'm really starting to feel it. So I'm probably going to wrap it up here for now and maybe just do laid back grinding and stuff in my own time for the rest of the night. I also got to get started on making dinner. So with that, this is where I'm going to call it a stream for now. Like I said, I'm doing a lot more stuff offline in the time being just because it's easier for the amount of energy that I've been having. And just for my own amount of personal free time since I haven't had as much as of late due to personal stuff going on. But we're still getting stuff done, like I said. I'm gonna come back to Genshin's festival relatively soon. Star Rail 1.0 is done. I might stream the start of 2.0, I might not, it depends. I still want to get to a few other demos. I've thought of a funny one I might do for Valentine's Day. If you know me, you might be able to guess what it is. It's short, but it's just a dagger, a little dirt I can throw at the wall. But for now, this is probably where I'm gonna leave it, because we got a lot accomplished, and I'm proud. So with that, thank you all for everyone who has joined. I hope to see you all in future streams. And remember to get your significant other something for Valentine's Day, even if it's something simple. Little tiny gestures go a long way. But with that, this is where I'm calling it. Bye-bye!